Alright, now we're getting ready to make a load of compost to add to our bin. And so I just want to show you a little bit about our prep. These are the pears that we picked up on our walk the other day that would have just gone to waste if we'd left them on the ground. So we went ahead and they fell from a tree. We went ahead and picked them up, and I'll cut those up into smaller pieces. You want to break those skins, let the bacteria really help break that down while it's in the compost bin. So I'll cut those up, and a shout out to our friend Cowboy Roy who made this cutting board for us. We'll also be putting wood chips in the bin, and be sure to watch our video review of the new wood chipper we just got. So you can see we have a lot of wood chips now that were really easy to make with that wood chipper, so a huge time saver. But if you don't have a wood chipper yet, like we didn't, where I started out was I just kind of took a knife and cut some of this loose bark off these old pieces of wood. You can see it just kind of falls off there, so it's pretty loose. So you can make wood chips yourself that way. You can break up small twigs and to also make wood chips. And you can also, this is peeling bark off a crepe myrtle. It just sort of falls off all season long this time of year. So that also could be broken up into wood chips. You gotta have wood chips for your hot bin, and we're gonna tell you more about that because it needs aeration. That helps it aerate. So we'll talk more about wood chips soon. So that's it for now. We'll be back soon. Okay, now we have all the parts of our compost that's getting ready to go into our bin this weekend. We've got those pears that we found on the road and we cut up. Then we've got food scraps from the kitchen. I see a lot of coffee grounds in there because we love our coffee, and that can go in the compost bin. Some fresh cut grass, which helps with nitrogen and heat. The wood chips that we've talked about in another video. We've just got our wood chipper. And paper, and we haven't talked about paper much yet. So paper you need to have quite a bit of paper to absorb moisture in your compost bin. And so we just use paper that's already in our household, whether it's like an old paper towel that's instead of putting it in the trash, we put it in the compost bin, as long as it doesn't have any chemicals on it. Paper from the office, home office, we can cut that up. Packing paper from Amazon and other shippers, and even stripping down those old paper rolls, paper towel rolls. Any of those things can go in your paper. And so again, we're recycling in a greener way. So we're going to mix all this up and take it over to the compost bin. We're going to give an explanation of this model of compost bin in another video, but right now what we're going to do is mix up our ingredients, if you will, with this little hook, and then we're going to add them to the rest of our mixture. While you're doing this, if you think it's too wet, and you'll get a feel for that as you work with your compost bin, if it turns out too wet overall, you might need to add more paper or other dry ingredients to kind of balance it out. You do not want your compost bin to be real liquidy. It will not work well. The hot bins will not work well when they're liquidy. So this looks pretty good to me. I do not think this will be too wet, but I might be on the safe. See how that clumps together. So you want to kind of get everything mixed in together well, and you notice how I'm wearing gloves. It's not bad stuff, but I don't really want to roll around in it. That looks pretty good. Love those new wood chips. Man, I'm loving the new wood chipper. It's not perfect, but it meets the need. All right. Now I'm going to open up the bin, check the temperature. This is a hot bin, remember? And then we'll add our new ingredients to it. Alright, it's right in the green zone, right in the middle of the green zone, so that's awesome. About 130, I think. In fact, it's kind of foggy right now, but it's about 130. You can see how the bacteria is breaking down the ingredients. They're all gray and brown, getting back to soil. So I'm going to add my new mix to it. Very carefully, try not to spill a lot around. And then I'm going to mix it into the top layer, because this is food for the bacteria. And I'll put it in at a high temperature, keep it going. this. I'm putting trash, playing with trash all the time. Alright, now I'm just going to mix it all in. Really, you can see that old stuff, get the old stuff mixed in with the new. Get this temperature high, the bacteria fed. Let these things go back to nature, back to soil. It's not that dirty. This bin is pretty tidy. What I usually try to do is bring a paper towel with me and clean up the top right after I do all this so it stays clean on the outside and the rim. So I'll go get that in a minute. And I think we're about done for now.